The breaking news: Ontario's education workers have ratified their agreement with the province. Live to Beatrice for some detail. Beatrice.
George, it is a signed deal. It is official now, and we're going to hear from CUPE in just a few minutes. Some of the reps just walked into the media studio, including Fred Hahn, the president of CUPE Ontario. But the membership of CUPE, a union that represents 55,000 education workers, has now, in fact, voted to accept the deal that the union made with the province. Put on social media just within the last few minutes, the Ontario School Board Council of Unions saying that after 170 days of negotiations, the bargaining committee brought this tentative deal to members. A record number of members used their vote to participate. In fact, of the 55,000 CUPE workers, George, nearly 4,200 of them, that's 76% of the membership, participated in this vote. Of that percentage, 73% of them voted to accept the tentative deal. 27% voted to turn down the agreement, so certainly majority rules. So there we have it. It is official at this point. The statement goes on to say that for the first time in a decade, education workers have achieved a collective agreement that did not impose terms through legislation. So again, this deal has been accepted by CUPE education workers, which means negotiations with the province are now done. A strike was averted once and for all for these education workers, and so a sigh of relief, I'm sure, for many parents across the province and for these education workers who managed to hammer out a significant raise in their negotiations with the province as well, George.
Yeah, and Beatrice, you know, there was a lot of anticipation and anxiety here because the union boss, Laura Walton, she's pretty clear from the beginning she didn't like the deal but said, I'm going to put it to the vote.
Absolutely. When she announced that this deal, this tentative deal, initially had been reached with the province, Laura Walton was quite frank. She said, I don't like the deal as a mother. I don't like the deal as an education worker. But even at that point, she still said it was the recommendation of the union that its members vote to accept this deal, getting more money from the Ford government than was initially the case in early negotiations, George. So a significant raise as well. They didn't get some of the services they were looking for. They wanted more ECs, more educational assistance in class. That's something the Ford government was not willing to relent on, but still, CUPE felt as though when it came to compensation, it did make some gains, and that's why, despite not entirely being thrilled with the deal, it still recommended its members accept it. And here we have it today. 73% of them did, in fact, accept it, George.
Okay, Beatrice, thanks very much. Appreciate that report.